The secret beneath the soil. Once in a valley where the sun painted the hills in shades of honey and amber, lived a farmer named Silas. Silas was a man of the earth. From the moment the rooster heralded the dawn until the stars winked in the velvet sky, his hands were busy. He mended fences, tended to the weary cows, and coaxed green life from the stubborn dirt. His back was bowed like an old willow, but his heart was full of pride for his land. Silas had a son named Elian, who was as different from his father as a stone is from a seed. While Silas worked, Elian spent his days chasing shadows and napping in the tall, cool grass. He found the sun too hot for hoeing and the tools too heavy for holding. "Why sweat today when the grass is soft now?" Elian would say, closing his eyes as a butterfly danced above his nose. Silas watched his son and worried for the future of their home. The seasons turned, and Silas grew frail. His steps became shorter, and his breath grew thin like autumn mist. One evening, he called Elian to his bedside. The room was quiet, save for the crackle of a small fire. Silas took his son's hand in his own calloused palm. "My boy," he whispered, "I am leaving the farm to you, but there is something you must know. Long ago, a great treasure was buried deep within our largest field." Elian's eyes widened. "Treasure, father? Is it gold coins? Is it jewels from a forgotten king?" Silas gave a tired, knowing smile, but did not answer. "You must find it yourself," he said softly. "It is buried deep, so you must be thorough. Do not leave a single inch of the earth unturned, or the treasure will remain hidden forever." With those final words, the old farmer closed his eyes for a long, peaceful rest. After Silas was gone, the farm grew quiet. Elian stood at the edge of the big field, which was now choked with weeds and dry stalks. He thought of the treasure his father had described. He imagined chests overflowing with silver and rubies hidden just beneath his boots. For the first time in his life, Elian picked up a heavy spade. He took a deep breath and pushed the metal blade into the hard, sun-baked ground. Day after day, Elian dug. He dug near the old fence and under the shade of the fence posts. He turned over heavy clods of earth, his muscles aching in ways he had never felt before. He found old roots and smooth river stones, but no wooden chests. He found rusted nails and bits of clay, but no glint of gold. Still, he remembered his father's words, "Do not leave a single inch unturned." By the end of the month, the entire field had been transformed. Every bit of soil had been flipped and crumbled. Elian sat on a large rock, his hands covered in blisters and his boots caked in mud. He looked at the vast, empty field and felt a heavy weight in his chest. "I have dug everywhere," he sighed to the wind. "There is no treasure here. Father must have been mistaken." He felt defeated and went back to the house to rest. Soon the clouds gathered and a gentle rain began to fall. The water soaked into the freshly turned earth, which was soft and ready. Because Elian had cleared the weeds and broken the hard crust of the land, the soil drank greedily. A few weeks later, something miraculous happened. Tiny, bright green shoots began to poke through the surface. They were stronger and more numerous than any Elian had seen before. The sun returned, and the shoots grew into tall, golden stalks of grain. The field that had been brown and barren was now a sea of waving gold, swaying gracefully in the breeze. When it was time for the harvest, the yield was so great that Elian had to work from dawn until dusk just to gather it all. As he loaded the heavy sacks of grain onto the wagon, he realized the grain was worth more than any chest of old coins. Elian looked back at the farmhouse and finally understood his father's secret. The treasure wasn't hidden in the field. It was the field itself, combined with the strength of his own two hands. He realized that the sweat on his brow was the price of the gold in his wagon. Elian was no longer the lazy boy who napped in the shade. He was a farmer, and he knew that the greatest treasures are those